Good morning. It's Monday, February 7th, and I'm very, very pissed off this morning because on Friday, the Biden administration restored some sanctions relief to Iran's atomic program as the world powers and the Islamic Republic continue talks aimed at salvaging the world's most terrible agreement. I know I have been against this agreement from day one. I think it was Obama's biggest mistake. This was a terrible deal. Why in the world would we want a country like Iran to ever get their hands on a nuclear weapon? Never should this happen. A country that supports terrorists around the world. This is a country that wants to kill all the Jews in the world. This is a country that will kill everybody they possibly can. It's a terrible regime, and we shouldn't be lifting any sanctions. If anything, we should be increasing the sanctions against Iran. Look who supports Hamas and Hezbollah and organizations like that. Look who is in the middle of the fight in Yemen. Look at all the evil things this country is doing, and we are lessening the sanctions. And what's even worse, we lessen the sanctions, and I can't even pronounce his name. The Iranian foreign minister told reporters it's nice that they lifted some of the sanctions, but that's not really enough. We could look at this and interpret it as goodwill that the Americans talk about, but this lifting was insufficient. Well, why the hell would I even give them anything? I would increase the sanctions on these people. What is so important for us to get back into this nuclear deal? Don't we have a lot more important things to do in the foreign affairs arena? Why are we still messing around with this deal? This deal that Trump got us out of was the best thing he did, probably the only good thing he did. But we have to go back into this deal. I don't get it. I wish there was somebody out there that could tell me the reason, right? Now, I understand the reason for trying to rescind them, to get us back into this deal. But why in the world do we want to even be in a deal with these people? These people are not, and I don't mean all the people of Iran. I'm talking about the government, the Ayatollah and his henchmen. I'm sure that the people of Iran were really fine, upstanding citizens for the most part. So, when we abandoned the deal, when Trump pulled us out of this deal, Iran has gradually distanced itself from the terms of the nuclear deal with the world powers. They pulled out of it, basically. And Iran has now demanded restoration of all sanctions relief before it promises to return to compliance. Said goodwill in our viewpoint means that something tangible happens on the ground. What are they telling us? That we're not giving them enough? Do they want us to give them funds too? This is a ridiculous thing. Ridiculous. And Iran expects more from us. And knowing the way our administration has been working, I'm afraid they're liable to do that. Iran is saying everyone knows that it's not sufficient. We need more. The Islamic Republic of Iran is waiting for the U.S. to implement its duties and commitments according to the nuclear deal dimensions. That's what they said. Well, in my mind, there are no nuclear deal dimensions anymore. This deal was a shitty deal from day one. Trump got us out of it. Good for him, the one good thing he did. And if we want to go back into this deal with these people, then it has to be a deal where there can be no nuclear weapons. In fact, they can't even have a nuclear facilities on their property. If they want nuclear power, let them buy it from some upstanding country. Let them not get their hands on any nuclear facilities. Let them not build a nuclear facility that is buried in a cave somewhere because they know that the Israelis are waiting to destroy it, and the U.S. may be destroying it. How many times has something happened to the computers in their nuclear facilities? You don't think that was their mistakes. I think those were incursions by a source that will remain anonymous as far as I'm concerned. So I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off that we even waste our time talking to these people. We should not have anything to do with this nuclear deal. We pulled out of this nuclear deal, and then Iran went and did their own things. Russia and China didn't give a shit, right? Because Russia and China are on their side. And the other countries that we left behind, they were incapable of stopping Iran from doing whatever they want to do anyhow. So what is the point? What is the point of getting in bed with some country that is basically our enemy and out to destroy most of the democracies on the face of the earth? This is not a friendly country by nature. And they have gotten worse in this last election cycle. So I say, to hell with this deal. Save our time and effort and get us out of the running. Restore the sanctions, increase the sanctions, and let's move on. Let's get America straightened out. Concentrate on straightening this country out and forget about Iran. Just forget about them. Let them rot. Bury them. And that's what I have to say this morning, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.